Hello viewers, this is Say-La-Vee, and we are back with episode 5 of our All the Mods 6 Let's Play series. If you can tell, I have been busy at work between episodes. I may have gone ahead and done some work in the background while I was waiting for our stuff over here to finish. You see, we've got plenty of resources over here. I can definitely turn a lot of this into blocks. We still have the tin and the silver to go through, a couple of platinum here. Over here, I've been running through some gravel and some cobblestone so we can get sand and stuff, so we can start making some glass. That would be much appreciated, because I was going through some of that. You see, over here, I realized that the world at some point, after I changed from launching the game through Curse to launching the game through the regular Minecraft server, or the Minecraft launcher, it changed to peaceful. That's why I wasn't eating. So I changed it back to hard like it should, and then went, whoa, we have no food. So I wanted to make these sprinklers. Well, boy, let me tell you, that was a trip. So if we look here at the sprinkler recipe, it requires, which at first I was like, oh, this isn't bad. This is just some glass and some cauldrons and stuff. Well, we dig further into this. A fluid hopper is bricks and a wooden hopper, which isn't bad. This was actually really cheap, and I was kind of surprised by that. However, if we look up here, the cauldrons are just a standard Minecraft recipe, but the Terra glass was a huge problem. So this requires what's called Terra Preta. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but this was a problem all in itself. So this was biomass in dry peat bog, which the biomass wasn't bad. This was just leaves, some flowers, and a sapling. So it's 1 sapling, 4 of any flower, and 4 of any leaf. We go back, the peat bog is kind of the same thing. I just made this one here where it's the 4. So it's 2 charcoal, specifically charcoal, more of that biomass, and then some dirt, which turned out that after one of those turns into one of those, I ended up with 16 Terra Preta, which the glass here, I thought, okay, that's fine. And then I realized that we needed lime. We needed lime glass specifically, which means that we needed lime dye. And boy, that was an interesting experience. So in order to get the lime dye, I thought, wow, okay, so how do we make that? Lime dye requires either the petals, which I thought, oh, let's just find some lime flowers. I didn't find any anywhere. I didn't want to dive into mystical agriculture before I brought everybody back. Resourceful bees is the same situation. But over here, I realized, okay, well, we don't have green tulips. I don't know where those are. So we're going to have to make it with green dye and white dye. White dye, I thought, okay, we can use bone meal. But at the same time, I realized that we don't really have a good way of getting bones. So what are some other ways to get white dye? There are a couple of different flowers in the game. Specifically, lilies of the valley are the only Minecraft flower that turn into white dye. All these ones are different. And then again, we could have used those petals. So after I got back, I realized that this biome that we live in spawns lilies of the valley. I walked right past them and did not think anything of them because white tulips and oxeye daisies, like this one right here, turn into light gray dye. So if we open up the map and zoom out here, I ran all the way over, this right here, the Flower Plains region. So I kind of ran out through here and hit the Flower Plains and then went down. And I eventually found a spot around here somewhere that had some lilies of the valley. So I thought, okay, cool. So I have our white. Now I need to get green. In order to get the green dye, I had to run all the way up back and through here. None of this desert. I looked from top to bottom of this place before I realized that there was no green. There was no cactus here whatsoever. I actually had to go to the Bryce region, which is this desert here. That is why the cactus that I have growing down here is growing on white or on red sand. So if you look down here, that's the red sand. So then I got the green, and then I thought, okay, what's another way that I can make this? Well, before I found the cactus, So it did not click to me that green is actually a secondary color. I could have just used blue and yellow. So while I was waiting for that to grow, because I only got 3 cactuses, that's all I could really find before I gave up hunting. I wanted those to grow. And in the meantime, I went over there, I got some dandelions, and then I came back here and I mixed it with some of our lapis. Speaking of which, is now in a gold chest. I just upgraded this right before I started recording. And then I think we upgraded this last time. But more specifically, when we went downstairs, or when we went down in that mine, the only diamond that I found turned into a tip upgrade. So this pickaxe and this shovel currently have diamond tip upgrades that are made with diamond and redstone, which gives me, if you see, harvest speed is at 10.2, and it increased my mining level to obsidian. So while I was waiting for this stuff to finish, I went downstairs and I got 16 obsidian so we could finally make our nether portal. I also made a flint and steel, but I did not like this because I wanted to experience this together for the first time. Make this pretty. Look at that. Wow. And then we'll put this one right in the center. How cute. Wow. What an amazing portal. Now, let's go to the underworld. So, I am going to wander through this portal and see what monsters we find on the other side. Mind you, we are playing on hard difficulty. Ooh, right in the Crimson Forest. So if we go here and we do portal. I like the pink. Normally I said it's purple, but look at the pink. There are piglins around. We are going to try not to mess with the piglins. That is a big hole down there. I'm not a fan of that. However, what we are here for is this right here. Nether quartz. So, I'm going to wander around for a little while and... Never mind. I don't like that. We're going to go the other way. We've fought those on the overworld. I don't really have a weapon that's good at defending myself. And I don't have any armor. So we're not gonna mess with that guy right now. But now that we have some nether quartz, let's see what we can do in Applied Energistics. So I realized that I went on this tangent about what I did to collect this stuff. After I made 2 sprinklers, I realized that we had way too much Terra Petra left. So I made a bunch of Terra glass and then spread it out across here. So we are currently growing wheat for bread. And then I figured, you know what? Golden carrots are really powerful in vanilla Minecraft. So why don't we get the resources to start doing those? If I do a quick harvest real quick on these, I just need you to appreciate how quickly this grows. I did, however, before I started with this project, go in and try and make a watering can, and then realize that on like a full, like if I fill the water all the way up and then try and water, it takes like 2 full buckets of water basically. But now that it's sunny out, the sun gets amplified by the Terra glass, and then these sprinklers kick in, and this whole thing finishes growing very quickly compared to, you know, vanilla Minecraft. This is already 57% done. But when I was doing full harvest of this, by the time I got to that side over there was almost already grown. The last like 2 blocks here don't grow as quickly as the rest of this. But by doing this trick alone, I was able to get quite a bit. So there's 141 carrots and 83 wheat, and then 137 seeds. So when it gets to crafting our tiered seeds for mystical agriculture, we've got plenty of seeds to do so. So that was the reason why I went down the rabbit hole of trying to do that, and then realized, man, I should be doing this on camera because this is quite the adventure. But yeah, so I'm just going to do a quick harvest here, and I will meet you guys after I start looking into some Applied Energistics quests. Okay, so after some thought and some peeking through what kind of quests we have to do, just looking into these first few quests, we really don't have much on our plate that concerns me. So these are the recipes that jump out to me immediately that we're going to have to tackle sooner than later. The first things that we can definitely do are the nether quartz wrench, and I do think, yeah, okay. So we have to do both of those, which is a little disappointing because it is kind of expensive to have both the wrenches. I don't think they do different things, which is why I'm a little upset by the fact that we had to make both of those. But anyway, that quest is knocked out. If we look in here at the meteorite compass, that is just a charged Certus quartz and some iron ingots, which we have plenty of. Yeah, so I actually, on our way, oh, where did I find that? I think we were, yeah, right here. This meteorite I cleared out, and all of the stuff that we got from it's right here. So we have the calculation and the silicon press, which, looking at the quest for those, you cannot craft these unless you have mystical agriculture, which this is a tier 3 seed. Or you can have one of those and duplicate it by inscribing a block of iron, which we don't have. Or we can use mana diamond, fluid steel ingot, and vibranium block, which, yeah, we most certainly have those. The blacksmith apparently sells them. And other than that, we need to find them in the meteorites. So this will point us towards, I think what this actually reads is, oh, okay, no. So I always thought that these just read the chest. Once you broke the chest, it would point out to you where they are, but apparently not. So we are going to go on an adventure to find some of those soon. But in the meantime, let us continue down this quest line. So we got the meteorite compass. Next would be sky stone, which we have right here. So we can complete that. I do think that the quest after that is, oh, they gave us 10. The quest after that is skystone block, which is just smelted skystone. So I guess let's do that over here because that's currently working. Once that finishes, we can go on from there. Fluix crystal. This requires charged Certus, nether quartz, and redstone. So let's do 4 of each of those. Actually, let's only do 3 because I didn't realize how little charged Certus we had. Let's go over here. Maybe. Okay, so this was clearly a bad idea. Oh, that's the other thing that I did. Now that I realize that I just picked that up. If we go in here, oh, I did not make the magnet. I could have swore that I did. I looked into making the magnet. Let's put it that way. I guess do it here. Let's see. Okay. Do that, please. Please. No. Okay. Let me get this figured out. There we go. Okay. So we have 6 of that now. So apparently it doubles the recipe. So we don't need that anymore. We can put that back in our chest. Next would be I think the next task is quite literally, oh, that just gave us 2 more. Awesome. Oh, it gave us 3 actually. So next, let's look into the inscriber, I suppose. We're going to need that to start pressing stuff. So we need sticky pistons, which I'm actually kind of concerned about because we don't have slime balls. Is there a way to make slime balls? Slime pearls we don't have. UU maple syrup, dough and lime. We can make it with seeds. We can cook jellyfish. Yeah, it's just a whole bunch of different ways to cook jellyfish, I guess. We can get it from magma cream. Oh, yes. Okay, from the separator. Looks like we're going to have to make our way up to a slime island here. First, we're going to have to find a slime island with green on it. So, I guess the next thing that we can... Bucket of pike. Wow, that's exciting. Diamond Axe of Violence of Divinity. That is an interesting name. Okay, yeah, you're useless. So I guess looking forward here, the next thing that I have to do, let's make the charger, because we can just do that. Does the charger work on regular pipes? I do not remember. I know that other AE stuff has to run through their specific energy with like the energy acceptor. Yeah, it has 0. Let us look at the energy acceptor. Okay. Quartz. We should be able to do that. All right, let me see if I can get all the materials together to get ourselves an energy acceptor, and I will be right back. And we're back. So here we are. I just waited for the pulverizer to spit out some quartz dust, and then we can look into this. An issue that we are running into. This is our last coal for our last power. So we are currently kind of, I mean, we have regular coal and we can start a tree farm of some kind. But long story short, we are going to have to update our power here soon. Unless we can find some sort of like cheaper solar panel. Starting to think that we are, yeah, see, I don't know if we can do much of this. There is the Solar Flux Reborn in this pack. That is certainly the cheaper option. This recipe must be added by the mod itself, because this is normally what it is. A lapis block. Some iron. What does this make? 1 Fe per tick. What is the solar panel 2? 8 of those wrapped around a piston. And it's 8 Fe per tick. We might have to look into doing such a thing. So, yeah, okay. I'm going to pin this and remember that for later. We might have to make some of those and lay them across here for now. And then that will have to be our situation. But long story short, we are running pretty short on energy. So let's, for now, put that there and the charger on top of it. Okay, yeah, so that is increasing its energy now. So now, if we get 6 of these, are you going to charge? Hey, you did. All right, so I'm going to do this to a couple of pieces of our quartz, and I will be right back. So I turned some of our quartz into charged Certus quartz, and then I came back here to spawn to that first AE2 meteor that we found, and I just vein mined some of the stone. So we have plenty of sky stone. This is a massive meteor. That is an engineering. I do think that we needed that one, which is nice. I don't care about that chest enough to drown. Should probably get it. So let's do this. Break it from up here. If we run back home real quick, we can figure out which press we need. And then I'm going to run off to one more meteor to see if we can't find the last press. We're back. Okay, so we have the inscriber, the engineering, the calculation, and the silicone. So all we need now, I believe, is the logic. Last cut, I had silent gear up because I made myself a hammer and then went down into the ravine again and got us some more redstone. I was looking for more lapis because I used all the lapis that we had to make some of these solar panels. So these solar panels are currently just extracting. They're set up the way that they are so we can have 4 more on top and 4 more on the side. But by that point, we'll have the tier 2 So we would have the tier 2 on top and then the 4 extra on the side. So we're getting 4 passive FE per tick, which is not massive at all, but it is helping a little bit. So once we get those to tier 2, we will be making power a whole lot more. But until we either get some sort of mining something to get lapis quicker or the tier 4 seeds to actually grow lapis, it's going to be an interesting situation. So let me go try and find another meteor that has the one press that we need in it, and I will hopefully be back relatively soon. So I forgot about this one location that we had saved that was in between the outpost and the meteor site. I was just kind of like on the map scrolling around where we had been to try and see if I could find a spot that looked like a meteor, because they have this very apparent outline. And then I remembered that we found one of those here. So I came in here, and believe it or not, we found the logic press. I actually think that they have the mod set up now to where you have to find the 4 important ones in the first chests, you know, but don't quote me on that. I'm not entirely sure. We'll grab that essence, and then I'm going to make the fun walk home. All right, so we're back here at home. Let's claim this quest. Oh, apparently I have not held the calculation press. Okay, there we go. So that is a quest complete. That means that we can slowly keep making our way towards this ME controller. I would guarantee that these are complete. So let's put those in our inventory, finish off that quest. Get 10 more skystone, which is just going to go in there with all of our other skystone. And then the inscriber is our next thing, which again, we need sticky pistons. What is the centrifuge and the enrichment chamber? Crystal growth accelerators. I forgot about this one. So this is the one that we actually have to like grow in the water. And I'm pretty sure this actually takes a pretty decent amount of time. So we are going to want to look into making the enrichment chamber. Laser AE2, the pulse centrifuge. This is new. Oh my. Okay, it is also not something that we are going to be doing anytime soon. I don't know what any of that was, and I don't think that it really takes much to realize that we can't do it. I'm not sure what this staff does. I know that I'm pretty sure this was in the older versions. I just do not remember what all of those pieces do. So, in order to get into the deeper portions of this mod, we are actually going to have to get to some of these pieces. So the silicone requires silicone, logic requires gold, engineering requires Certus quartz, or pure Certus, I think specifically. We look at the uses. Universal press. Interesting. I think I've seen this in other mod packs, but not this one. Okay, so engineering is the one that requires the diamond. And then the calculation, wrong button, is the pure Certus quartz. So this has to be grown in water. So let's look at the growth accelerator. What does that cost? Crystal growth accelerator is a flux block, quartz glass, and some iron. So I think actually we can almost do that. How much quartz glass do we have? We still have 4 of that. So we can make 2 of those. Let us... Oh, I'm going to have to make more flux crystals. Let me go make some more flux crystals and I will bring you right back. Okay, so I made enough flux crystals so we could get... I think I made 24 of them. I took 6 of this and 6 of this, so I made more charged Certus, and then I made it. That's enough for 2 flux blocks and then some. So next we need the flux cables, which is quartz fiber, which is more Certus quartz dust. Let's do 6 of those so we can get 2 of these. And then some glass, which... yeah, so we're not going to have the glass to do that much. So let's just do 3 for now. And once this is done, I will be back. All right, we are back. I just finished making this recipe, which after I got realizing that the Certus quartz was going to be used for the quartz fiber, I forgot about this piece. So I thought that I needed more of this, so I sat around and waited to make more, just to realize that one recipe worth gave us the 2 accelerators we were looking for, but then I needed more anyway, so we could make the power cable. So this fluid glass cable is going to wrap around here, and now we have 2 of these that are powered. So next what we have to do is, I believe if you take the Certus quartz dust, we have 3 of total at the moment, and then mix it with some sand. I will take the rest of this out of here. I'll just bring that glass with me. Yes, okay, so we have the seeds. So if we throw those in there, those won't despawn, but they will start to grow. I do not remember how long this takes, so I'm just going to sit here and figure out how long it takes the hard way, and then I'll bring you back. So while I was waiting for that to grow, I decided, oh, well, I wanted to claim these chunks so we could have this stuff here, or this island here. Turns out this island is not a slime island. This is just like an oasis biome, basically. So I'm going to have to go over there, and I don't have the blocks for that. So I guess it was a fun little trip, but let's go back to our crystals. I think that is them completing. Look at that. We have some pure Certus quartz. So let's throw those in the chest. Uses on those. We are definitely going to be looking into some of this. We need those for patterns. We're going to need them for this, but more importantly, we're going to need them for the, I think it was the calculation. Yeah, okay. I'm slowly relearning everything that I once used to know. But with the small advances we have made through the mod pack, I think that we are going to start making some more cuts to start getting some more stuff. Off camera, I'm going to do a bunch of resource gathering, I do believe. But where I already produced 1 episode earlier this week, and it is late here for me, I am going to call this a night. So if you liked the video, like it. If you disliked it, dislike it. If you want to put some of your comments or your opinions or just say hi, put those down in the comment section below. Subscribe if you enjoyed this sort of content. But if not, to you guys as viewers, good night or good morning or good evening or good afternoon or whatever it is for you. Have a good one. Goodbye.